Wait. So the Menendez brothers may be getting out soon? Wait, what?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up, y'all? I know, I'm confused as well. I heard that there was a whole situation going on with the Menendez brothers, and that there was a possibility of these gentlemen getting out, but I didn't know they were going to be getting out soon. So allegedly, there's going to be a press conference happening tomorrow, by the way. And if I find out what time it is, I guarantee you we will be watching that press conference as a family so we can kind of understand what the hell is going on here. But again, for those of y'all who don't know who the Menendez brothers are, well, they unalived their parents in the most gruesome type of way, okay, using shotguns, okay, in their very lavish home in LA. There were many lawsuits, okay, many trials, okay, and then they were found guilty of unaliving both parents, all right? There was a lot of allegations of the father putting his hands on the kids, on the boys, when they were young, all the way up until they ended up doing this thing. It's been absolutely crazy. There's been multiple TV movie mini series type of things made recently. Netflix just came out with one that was very interesting, to say the least. Some people really like it. Some people think it's just a stretch because it takes certain liberties in regards to theories and whatnot. But nonetheless, it does exist and it is out there. And I would check it out if you want to. They also do have another documentary series that came out, Menendez Brothers series that just recently came out, just about 2 weeks after the miniseries came out on Netflix, and that one is on Netflix as well. Okay, and I highly recommend you go and check it out. Just take a look at it. Put in your own thoughts and all that stuff. It's good to have a refresher because some of us knew about this case, growing up. You just know about these infamous types of cases, these notorious cases. But it's interesting and it's nice to have a refresher of what actually happened, how things went down, and of course, what was the end result for the Menendez brothers. But now they were saying, just last week, we talked about this. They were saying that the Menendez brothers may be able to walk free or at least get a reduced sentence. Now, they've been spending 34 years in prison so far, okay? So they've been spending quite a bit of time behind bars. And I know that there's a lot of people, there's a new movement as of the past few years since the Rona lockdown. There's been a lot of people speaking out and saying, hey, what about the Menendez brothers? They were SA'd, they were viciously attacked by their father, lots of DV and whatnot. They should be set free. Now, I leave that question up to you. Do you think they should be set free by now or not? Should they have a reduced sentence, or should they live the rest of their lives behind bars because of what they did? Because you cannot deny that what they did was wrong. Period, point blank. Thou shalt not fill in the blank. Thou shalt not unalive, for lack of a better term, because I can't use the K word that much, unfortunately. Okay? You shouldn't be emming people out here, right? Let law take matters into their own hands, kind of thing. Let law do their thing and not let matters, not take matters into your own hands. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But they literally said that just like last week, they said something along the lines of, there's new evidence out here basically saying that there is proof that the SA, this alleged SA, because they say that they haven't had any proof of that in the past. They say that now there are letters that were written in the past, way before this tragedy happened, before this crime was done, that could exonerate, or exactly not exonerate, but show that there was some sort of SA, some sort of sinister stuff going on and what the Menendez brothers had to endure. Pretty interesting stuff nonetheless, right? So they're doing their due diligence. The DA is looking into that. And that was last week. Now they are saying they may be heading for sure to freedom. Maybe. It depends on what the judge says, right? They will do a hearing. The judge will hear the information and all that, and then the judge will make a decision. But first things first, what is this press conference all about that they're about to have? Is it because they looked at the stuff and they said this is enough evidence to show proof positive that these boys went through hell and they should get a reduced sentence because of the SA they endured? Or no? You also got to remember too, a ex-member of the Menudo, sorry, can't say that word properly. Menudo, the boy band or the boy group, has stepped forward and said that actually the Menendez brothers' father indeed put his hands on him as well. So again, that's also more evidence from that particular party saying that could also back what Eric and Lyle went through as children all the way up until their young adulthood. So again, this is a very interesting situation. They're saying here that they may be headed to freedom. Let's take a look at this from Vanity Fair. This is very interesting. Eric and Lyle's extended family are said to be gathering for a press conference at an LA courthouse on Wednesday. So tomorrow, like I said, if I find out what time it's going to be at and all that stuff, we will be watching it on the main channel because this is huge, especially in the true crime realm. This is big, okay? Even in pop culture, because this case definitely is in that zeitgeist, okay? For sure. All right, especially after the Netflix show that just dropped about a month ago, okay? So anyway, they say they hope the DA will recommend resentencing. So, and of course, these are the boys right here. And let me do this to make it a little bit smaller. So the campaign to free Eric and Lyle Menendez is gaining momentum. A source close to the case says that a large number of Menendez brothers' extended family will be in LA for a press conference at the Clara Shortridge Foltz Criminal Justice Center courthouse this Wednesday. So tomorrow, the brothers' aunt, VanderMolen, told VF, Vanity Fair, that they were invited by LA County District Attorney George Gascón, I think. Anyway, it's unclear if the DA will attend the press conference himself, but it's the family's hope that he will recommend that the brothers be resentenced after 34 years in custody. If the DA were to recommend a revised sentence, a judge would then preside over a hearing. Like I said, if he says we recommend a resentencing and all that stuff, they still have to go through a judge. They still have to go through the process of doing a hearing, and then it is up to the judge to make the decision. Yeah, we can, we'll let you go in a year. Or no, you can walk out these doors right now. Merry Christmas. Anything's possible, baby. Anything's possible, right? Or he can sit there and go, nope, you're staying in there because what you did was grisly. It was heartless. It was terrifying. And we can't trust you out here in these streets. Because there still is that theory that they did what they did solely so that they can get the father's money, which was a lot of millions of dollars. Okay? But moving on. So they request, of course, Vanity Fair requested for a comment, but a source with knowledge of the situation believes the DA will make an announcement about resentencing in the next few weeks. So Eric and Lyle has spent decades in jail without the possibility of parole. They were convicted in 1996 of emming their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, with pew-pews, got to use code words, in the den of their Beverly Hills home. At their trials, the prosecution said they acted out of greed. That's exactly what I just said to you guys. That's one of the theories, right? The defense argued that the brothers unalived their parents because Jose, the father, had SA'd them and they had feared for their lives. The details of the M's were harrowing, as was the testimony of the unthinkable things that these brothers allegedly suffered. Now, again, if this comes out, okay, if this whole thing comes out, and they see the paperwork, and they see that this letter that was written by, if I'm correct, I think it was written by Lyle, I think, during that time. If they find out that that was written ahead of time, what kind of standing power, lasting power will that have on the judge? Yes, you got another person that is speaking out as well, a former member of Menudo. Sure, you got that as well. But what standing, lasting, and moving power, influence does that have over the judge making a decision whether or not to let these two men go after them spending 34 years behind bars? You got to remember, they still unalived their parents. In fact, there's the whole argument, and there was a constant question of, why did they unalive the mama? If the mama didn't have a hand in doing the act of SA, why did they take her life? Now, they say, oh, we wanted to put her out of her misery because she was in hell too. Of course, there's a lot of other theories around that too. Some people call that BS. Some people also say that, hey, no, she had her hand in it, even though she was not there, doing these disgusting things. She had her hand in it as well. She allowed it. She was an enabler. She was a co-conspirator in those SAs and the DV that these kids went through. She could have also been a victim as well, but at the same time, she is not here to tell her side of the story. And I think that's one of the main things that a lot of people speak about. She's not here to defend herself. And yet these boys did what they did, right? So again, it's going to be very interesting, hearing the fact that these two could walk. And how does that make you feel? Do you think that's justice served? Do you think they should be able to walk out tomorrow? Or like I said, soon? Or do you think that they should have a few more years before they're let go? Do you think they've paid their debt to society by spending 34 years behind bars? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. Of course, hit that like button as well if you're watching on other platforms. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyways, time to get going. This is very interesting, though, but we're keeping an eye on it. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens with tomorrow, too. Okay. So we'll see. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.